What's going on, guys, and welcome back to DSG, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. And in this video I'm going to talk about my initial thoughts on Summoner Showdown and what I think it's going to be doing for the future of DSA. Now, I know a couple people have already made videos like this, but I guess it's just my chance to also share my opinion and my viewpoint on this new game mode. And first off, I'll just kind of go over what I did like. First things first, it was pretty quick. It was like the first round is 2 days, and it's going to come around, it seems like, weekly. And just kind of understanding how the whole system works is a new concept for us, because in traditional Glue faction, everything was confusing. But I really liked how I was able to use characters that I absolutely normally would never use. I mean, I would never use Jack Sparrow pretty much in any game mode anymore. I would probably never really use Anger too much either. Simba and Rafiki, the same thing. So just to kind of have that variety, and the early entry fee, I mean, 3-3 is not that bad. I think 3-2 is for round 2, but it does progress, and I understand that because, of course, they want you guys to have fun, but in order for you guys to do better, you obviously have to have, you know, the characters and the roster for it. So as it progresses, I think the max it goes is like 6-6 at the end of the season. So it does have its time where it does help out the newer players and maybe those who don't have a very robust roster, but for those that do, we're able to kind of really utilize that and really showcase our roster and kind of have fun with it, rather than most times where we probably would never use a lot of these characters. Like, looking back at, you know, the roster that we did use, I mean, I for sure again would never have used most of the characters in there. So just that ability to actually use the characters is just, I think it was the best thing to come into this game, the best thing to come to DSA, in maybe since the launch of DSA, probably the best thing, as Sky would say, but definitely I would agree it's one of the best things that's come to DSA. I do love raids and stuff, but you know, almost a year later of doing the same raid and you know, having done it how many times already, getting Ursula at 7 stars already, it's lost its novelty at this point. I guess that's the best way to say it. But I think moving forward, this is going to really help with the whole gear grind. This is going to help with the gold grind and kind of help with the rune grind just a tad bit. Some of the milestones definitely are going to obviously curtail towards those that have. So for those that have, we kind of do luck out a little bit more because we're able to more likely hit those milestones. And you know, if you can get to the 450,000 gold every time this happens, I mean, I think we're on a pretty good position in all honesty. So I know not everyone's gonna be able to reach that. Not many people, a lot of people will not reach that, but even if you're able to hit the first couple gold milestones at the 200,000 when these things come around, that's still 200,000. I think it's a pretty decent amount of gold. And the 450,000, more of a stretch than the previous milestones, but I think that 150 is relatively achievable for a wider amount of people, especially if with round 2 being 3-2, you should probably have an easier time kind of having some of these characters. But I know I might be out of touch in that sense, and someone's going to complain because who doesn't in DSA, but I think these milestones are definitely a lot more attainable than we originally thought. In terms of the contest group and the whole season-wide rewards, you know, it's a way obviously to get like some Miguel tokens and to get some of these other what are these, the passport coins, and I do like that. And I just don't think myself or many other people are gonna get maybe past the 10 Miguel tokens, or even the second set of 5 Miguel tokens. I don't see many people getting past that. So, you know, getting those Delta runes and that Maleficent token at the end, it's gonna be reserved for those who have. So that's just my initial thought. But of course, it's like having a raid milestone. So as time goes on and our rosters obviously become more robust, we'll be able to hopefully hit these milestones. And the better strategies we have in terms of like filtering out teams and not overusing characters and really using as many attempts as we can without too many potions being spent. I think we're going to be able to achieve that as well. And the whole global bonuses, it's pretty good, honestly. Again, I think this is going to help out a little bit with the gold grind, but it's just a very small fix in my opinion. It's not going to be, you know, the savior for the gold grind, but I think overall with these rewards and looking to the future, this is definitely going to help out with that gold grind, because we all know it's pretty bad, but overall the rewards I think are a lot better than I originally thought. And if this is how we get Miguel, or maybe it's just a one-off, I'm fine with that too. Or it's definitely better than anything before. And if this is how they release Maleficent, then hey, at least she's finally going to be coming to the game. Definitely happy about that. Can't complain about that. And I look forward to one day possibly getting a Maleficent. I would love to get as many Miguel tokens as possible, because I would like to use Miguel in the near future. So hopefully, you know, by passing getting these milestones and whatnot, we'll be able to get Miguel without paying for anything, because I have not paid for a single thing for Miguel. And I'm just kind of patiently accumulating the coins and whatnot, so hopefully that helps as well. Now, what are some things that I didn't like too much about this? You know, for me, there isn't really too much to hate about this. This is honestly, guys, this is one of the smoothest releases they've had, except of course the Maleficent Gate tokens that happened. But I don't attribute that to Summoner Showdown, but possibly there was some correlation with that new mode coming to the game, but I don't attribute it to that entirely. Because in terms of the event actually running, it was very flawless. But the only thing I will say is I think that the potions are too steep in terms of like accumulating them. One, it's very difficult to accumulate them, but two, in terms of the spend, I think they can bring it down a little bit. Like it's like what, 10, then 20 or 25, 50, 150, 450. I think they can tone it down a notch. Like it should maybe be like 10, 20, keep it to 50. I can see that. Then 75, 100, 150, 200, 250. It's just ridiculously high towards the end over there, and just not really attainable. But of course, I think that's how they're gonna mediate how they're going to distribute the rewards, because if they give too much rewards, of course, then they think they're losing money, so they have to have people spend gems. So I understand that point as well, but that's like really just off the top of my head the biggest gripe I have. Now, in terms of the overall health of the game and what this does moving forward, I think it hopefully will bring back some old players once people make noise about it. I think it's definitely going to bring back some interest in like PvP modes and just the game in general, as this builds up towards Gear Tier 9 and the raid. So I think the timing was more than perfect. A little, oh, maybe they could have released a little faster, but I think that overall this is going to revitalize the game in a good way, because the early entrance fee for the beginning rounds is really good, and then like I said earlier, it's going to curtail to the later rounds for those who do have a more robust roster. They're going to be able to obviously participate in that and take advantage of it. But in general, I think moving forward, this is going to change DSA's trajectory, but there is some quality of life stuff that we did notice that really sucks, like the whole like Toy Story characters side quest. That was something I think they did in the background. It's like, hey, so Summoner Showdown was great, let's just do this background side quest thing and kind of really screw everything up, because Bo Peep and Jesse are no longer farmable in Grand Campaign, or even using Grand Campaign energy. They're all elite battle farms, so it kind of sucks. But yeah, these Toy Story farms, it just kind of sucks that they were taken away from that Grand Campaign energy, because it is a little easier to farm Grand Campaign than obviously in elite battles. That's gonna be like my initial thoughts, and I think the trajectory of the game and overall health of the game and the state of the game is in a very healthy spot going forward, and I can't wait to see what Glue is able to not mess up and hopefully bring some more good things towards the game and maintain this trajectory. And I can't wait for the next season, the next round, and looking forward to also the raid hopefully coming soon. So anyways, guys, thank you so much, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one.